one of the last nice days of the year. It's 14 or 15 degrees right now, which might not sound great, but we're in November right now and we're in Canada, so that's about as good as it gets. And I would be driving my GT4 right now, but I gotta help YYZ Curator, who's currently out of the country, pick up some tires. But not only are we picking up his tires, we're also gonna go pick up his GT2RS from service that actually a few months ago had a roll cage installed. I don't think we've shown that yet in the videos. Car looks awesome, and obviously turbo weather GT2RS, it's gonna be very, very fun. Then we're gonna take the GT4RS, YYZ Curator's GT4RS, for a little drive around downtown. I gotta put gas in it, but I think it's a good way to enjoy the last kind of nice day of the season, so let's get going. So the GT2RS tires are loaded in the V60, and now we're just waiting for the GT2RS to come up from the basement. So here it is, they just brought it out. The GT2RS twin turbo car, turbo season, let's go. So we got the keys, GT2RS, let's go. But not only is it the last day that I can drive a car like this, but I also really like shoes, and these are my favorite sneakers, the Jordan Retro 5 What Does. This is the last day I can wear them, but the car is way more important. But let's look inside at what Jason did recently that we haven't looked at yet. So obviously you guys know the yellow straps, yellow car, Y-Sec package, GT2RS, carbon bucket seats, but now he added these racing harness. Not only did he add the racing harness, but he has a yellow roll cage right here in the back, along with a banana, and you can see Pikachu right outside. So let's go. The car does get driven, as you can see, 10,454 kilometers, which more you'd see than in most GT2RSs, you know. Usually you see these cars like 2,000 kilometers, 3,000. This one gets properly driven and enjoyed, and it looks like it. So we just got onto the highway. I love this car. All you feel is just turbo, turbo, turbo. We're just in traffic, but you just feel it just waiting to spool up. I love this thing. I mean, like 700 horsepower in a rear-wheel drive car like this is insane. I mean, this is like hypercar level speeds, especially for when it came out 2018, 2019. There was no 765 LT back then. This is way faster than anything else that you could possibly get for this price range. And of course, there's almost no time of the day that you can merge onto the DVP from the 401 or the 44 and not have some traffic, but don't worry, it should clear very soon. It's crazy how the 911 range just varies. In front of us is a 911 Targa 992. Let's catch up to it real quick because we're in a GT2. But yeah, 992 Targa, that's like such a comfortable cruiser. You know, it's such a different car from this, yet it's the same name, you know, 911. But this is the most hardcore track car you can possibly drive. But, you know, technically they're kind of the same car. Now, this is the reason I love this car. We're in third gear and turbos. Oh, what? How is this car so fucking fast? I love this thing. The only thing I'm wondering is how crazy must have the 997 GT2RS with a little less power, 620 horsepower, but felt when it's so much smaller, so much lighter, and with a manual transmission. That car must have been crazy because this car is insane. So the one thing I really noticed, especially in the last week where now I'm driving this, and I drove the GT4RS last week and we're going to go back to it in a few minutes, but putting that RS on top of whatever GT car you're driving, I mean, it makes a world of a difference. The GT cars are such great sports cars. They're cars you want to drive on the road, but they're usable. They're very, very usable. They're easy to drive, but, you know, they're still exciting. But the second you add that RS, any car, RS is just a raw monster race car. So exciting. Feels like such a special occasion. Anything with an RS, anything with a GT too, but like, it's worth the price. I mean, you get a full-on supercar experience, even somewhat hypercar level performance. Nothing beats an RS Porsche car. So it is very loud in here. We just pulled out the GT4RS from the parking spot. We just got back with the GT2RS. Now we're gonna take the GT4RS for a dumpling run with my girlfriend Annie. And then we're also gonna go and get some gas for the car because I didn't fill it up when I drove it last week. And we just gotta wait for her to do a TikTok, but you know, pretty good view while we're waiting. GT4, 3RS, the 993 right over there, Project 8, yeah. So we were in this car a week ago today, and we're in it again, and I'm not complaining. Only thing I'm complaining about is bicycles slowing me down because I gotta turn right here. But other than that, this car is sick. Like I said, the RS is just such a different experience than a regular GT4, regular GT3. Any RS car you buy is just completely different, and this is exactly the same. There's just that little bit more sound, a little bit more rawness, a little bit harder to drive. But when you hit the gas, it sounds so good, and it goes, because this thing has a GT3 engine, not the regular GT4 engine, and it is freaking amazing. So I gotta say, it's November. Usually might be snowing by now, but I'm pretty happy that we get to take the GT4RS for a dumpling run in great weather with dry roads where the car can actually grip and drive properly, and we can properly get to enjoy this car and not really have to be careful and just get one last bit of a taste of summer. Okay, so one last rip. We're almost back, and this car is almost going away until the spring.